Okay, we ready, guys? Okay, ready. Listen. Good morning, everybody. We are here to try to give an update on where we are and the status of things in Selma. Several people are going to speak today. Congresswoman Terry Sewell is here. And I'm just so delighted that she flew from Washington yesterday, arrived in town last night, couldn't get here fast enough, and so we want to thank you for that. And so she's going to speak. Right after her, Toya Crusoe is going to speak, Director of EMA here in Dallas County, and the probate judge as well. Following that, we'll have a couple of folks from public safety that will give you an update from the fire department and the police department on their activities. Congresswoman.
Let me just say the devastation here in Selma is unimaginable. I wouldn't be any place else but right here in my hometown. We're going to get through this, but it's going to take a coordinated effort. My office has already been in touch with the White House, FEMA, as well as SBA, and we are working diligently with local and state EMA to make sure that we get the resources that we need for Selma. My heart goes out to the people who have been impacted by this. Please know that we are Selma strong and that we will get through this together. I can't speak enough about the mayor and all of the city officials that are working together, Judge Nunn and the county. It is really devastating. But and nothing. I couldn't imagine it until I came across the bridge last night and just seeing utter darkness on both sides. As a native of Selma, was really unimaginable. Nevertheless, we are going to work together. We're already started doing that. I understand that the governor has already issued a state of emergency and included Dallas County. I also know that there are a lot of other counties that were impacted other than the 6 counties. I know that in my district, Sumter County, Greene County, and Hale County were also damaged. If there's any light at the end of the tunnel, is that we here in Dallas County did not have fatalities, but we do know that there are other counties in Alabama that did, and we're praying for all of us to get through this, and I know that we will, working together in a coordinated fashion.
Thank you, Congresswoman. At this time, Toya Crusoe is going to come forward.
Good morning. At this time, we did have a briefing this morning to determine where we will send law enforcement as well as our volunteers that came in this morning. Our major concern right now is to make sure that we remove any type of downed trees that's blocking roadways, because we need citizens to have access in and out of the areas west of us, in Houston Park, as well as in the East Selma area, which is east of us. So right now we do have volunteers that came in that have chainsaws. We have our public works department that's out working, clearing roadways as well. We have our county road department that's out in the county as well, moving trees. So at this time, we encourage citizens to please stay off the roadways, because we do have other volunteer groups that will be in the area that will have heavy equipment, and we need citizens to remember that safety is first. And if you have any damages, please contact my office at 334-874-2515. Thank you.
This time, probate judge of the county was going to close.
I'm going to say good morning to everyone. Good to see all y'all here. As was stated, and I will ditto everything, that it is a devastation here in Selma, Dallas County, Alabama. But know that we are going to get through this. It's going to take time, and we thank everyone. We thank all the volunteers who are coming in. We do thank the emergency personnel for coming in, Congresswoman Sewell. We thank her for being here and lending her support. We are partnering with Selma, because Selma is in Dallas County, so we're here for them. Whatever we can assist with. We have damage in the county also. I want to give an update on our jail. There are no escapees or any escaped prisoners out there. On yesterday, our sheriff, along with the Sheriff Association, all of them came together and were able to transport our prisoners out to other counties. So that have already been done on yesterday. We had a lot of damage to our jail facility, a lot of damage to our juvenile facility out there, and all of them have been transported to state offices or other jail facilities in the counties. We do have damage in the county, as our EMA director said, but we're working to try to get the roads cleared this time. And once we clear all the roads, and then we will be able to assist more in the city of Selma. The other thing is that, as was stated, is that if there's no need for you to be in town, then please stay at home. The mayor will speak about this, but we have live power lines down. It's really dangerous, and it's really a liability to travel over these power lines and poles and everything. They may be live, they may be dead, but I'm not going to be the one to test them. And we definitely don't want you to be the one to test them. So the best thing is to stay out of downtown until to allow the emergency personnel to do what they need to do. Thank you.
The fire department facilitated a search activity this morning. They're going to give you an update on their findings. Chief. This is Chief Edwards, the fire department.
Good morning. Even though it's not a good morning, I greet you with good morning. At this time, we're conducting search and rescues of dilapidated homes that have been touched by this storm. At this time, we have a report of no injuries. As of yesterday, last night, we had a report of about 25 people treated, with the most serious being flown out to Birmingham with amputation. At this time, we're continuing to do searches, and we will continue to do so until all buildings and all streets have been properly searched. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Captain Fox is leading this effort for the Selma Police Department. She's going to come forward, give you an update on traffic management and public safety. Captain Fox.
Great morning, Selma. As it relates to law enforcement and traffic control, we will have Broad Street from Ella Anderson to Selma Avenue blocked, no traffic. We asking that the citizens avoid JL Chestnut from JL Chestnut on back, and from JL Chestnut back to from the bypass and on back. We saying that looters will be arrested and dealt with, and we asking the citizens to stay in. Tonight we have a curfew from dusk to dawn, so if you're caught breaking a curfew, you'll be dealt with as well. We asking that anyone that has a need to contact, it was a 211 number that was put out, but we was advised by dispatch that that number is not a good number. So we will have a number locally for our residents to call in for assistance, and we will provide that number at our next update. We will have that number on hand, but we do have a shelter that's available at Selma High. The Red Cross has food and water at Selma High also. We're gonna let someone else speak on that. We have adequate law enforcement on the scene. So we asking that the citizens of Selma and Dallas County be vigilant tonight and obey what we're saying as far as the curfew, and obey the traffic at this time. Thank you.
A couple of things. You know, our power grid was hit pretty hard. Alabama Power's been working diligently to get our power back up. I think the maximum number of people that were out of power was 19,000. My last report was around 7,000, so they have really been getting that done. And since I've been here in the past 15 minutes, we know that Broad Street has regained power. And so that means City Hall has power again. So that's a good thing. We will begin to engage municipal government at that level again. In addition to that, I also want to people have been calling, asking what can they do, what can they offer. Well, we have a lot of opportunities here, and those opportunities, primarily what really needed right now from individuals would be individual homeowners need assistance with getting debris off of their homes and out of their personal property, because the city cannot go on personal property to do that work. And so if there are organizations or individuals who want to volunteer to do that kind of labor, cutting trees and doing that kind of thing on private property, if you get the property owner's permission, that most certainly would be a big help. All we're asking is that that debris be moved to the street so that the public officials can actually handle the removal of it. In the meantime, all of the other things that have been said, I think gives you an update of where we are. We're going to schedule another briefing around 4 o'clock. If there's an update, we'll give you that update at 4 o'clock. If not, we'll notify you, the press, to say no update at this time. The next one will be scheduled at 11 o'clock tomorrow. I want to thank everyone who did everything on yesterday, because a lot of work was done yesterday. A lot of emergency things took place. The governor did sign the declaration of emergency, and that was done before end of day yesterday. The city council did pass a declaration. That was done, and at this point now we are just doing the work. And so I just want to thank everybody for what you've done. Do you have any questions?
Can you clarify the injuries, the injury update, and help us understand? There are a handful of injuries?
Yeah, there were injuries, and we know of at least one that was seriously injured, and that individual, according to the information I have, was transported to Birmingham. That's what we know.
But no fatalities.
But no fatalities at this point. And again, the fire department is doing search and rescue, because we have a lot of houses that were damaged, a lot of houses that were torn down, and so they're going through now with the assistance of some outside fire departments. They've come in and they're doing search and rescue throughout all the debris areas. Basically, this tornado came through and divided our city. It came straight through the city, and it hit. If you come in from the bridge, you may not see damage. If you come in from Highland, you may not see damage. But once you get towards the center of town, there's a line of damage that goes from the east all the way to the west end of Selma, on into Dallas County on both ends of our city. So the damage is tremendous, and we just want to thank the people who are doing this work and ask people to please cooperate with the request of public safety. Stay out of the way of these lines. You may have a line that's down. It may have been dead 5 minutes ago. But as Alabama Power brings this power back online, that line may be live 5 minutes from now. And you may think it's still dead, but it's not. You'll be dead. So don't touch these lines. Stay away from these power lines. That's all we have. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much.
All right.